All right, well, let's check out some Netflix shows. Here you've got the Santa Clarita Diet. Ooh, get a killer body today. Look younger, have more energy, feel sexy, eat whoever you want. Wow. Oh, and then we've got Hulu coming out with this movie, Fresh. Wow. Don't you guys want to eat something fresh? Ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. Love you to pieces. All right, that brings us to famous actor Armie Hammer. All right, what has he been up to? These are text messages that he was sending to a woman that he was dating. Let's see what he says. Oh my gosh, that just made me so hard. It makes me confused as to why. Is that even possible? So hard thinking of holding your heart in my hand and controlling when it beats. I am 100% a cannibal. I want to eat you. That's scary to admit. I've never admitted that before. I've cut the heart out of a living animal before and eaten it while still warm. There were a few bites where I had to stop myself. I got totally lost in just biting you. I didn't know where I was or what year it was. I was so lost in a crazy white light. It was as if everything else completely dissolved. That was also a first for me. Like the entire universe just became my teeth on your skin. It was full on. Why did you feel like you had to stop yourself? I was going to bite a piece of you off, it felt like. And if I did, I knew I'd do it again. I wanted to eat you. Oh. And it continues. I don't need that in. I need to eat your entire body. I need to touch every part of you inside and out. That's it. Toys are all well and good, but I want to consume every part of you. I want to bite pieces off of you. First of all, how drunk are you? Scale of 1 to 5, 2.9. If you were next to me, I'd give you the tiniest cut and then fall back asleep sucking on it. Just a little trickle of your blood. The taste of you, the taste of your iron and minerals, soothing me to sleep. Can you send me a voice note back? It doesn't have to even be sexual. I just want to hear your voice. Just tell me what you're doing. Why can't you push the microphone and just say 2 words? If you can sit and type on your phone, you can manage to do. Oh, isn't this so romantic? That's probably what women dream about. Especially people like Megan Fox when she is thinking about and manifesting the perfect guy. Isn't this it right here? You know, he's going to take it a little bit further than consuming a couple drops of blood. But doesn't this seem super romantic? All you ladies out there? Yeah. Well, let's not let Armie Hammer have all the fun. We've got Kesha coming in with her song Cannibal. And she also likes to dance with the devil. Okay, so let's check out the performance. All right, I'm going to keep this on mute. Spare you the brain cancer, but let's see what's going on. Oh boy, wow. All the red and sexiness going on stage. Let's see. Ooh. Did you guys see that? The heads thrown about the stage. Oh my goodness. Wow. Amazing. Isn't this such incredible art going on? This amazing performance by the famous musician? Yeah. The guy tied to a stake. Oh, what's she bringing out? What is she bringing out? Oh, it's like she ripped his heart out. Kind of like what Armie Hammer was talking about. Ooh, look at this. Look at that. Oh, wow. Isn't that so hot with the blood coming out of her mouth? Ooh, super sexy. Yeah. Oh, look at her squirted in. Oh, wow. Yeah. Just screaming into the microphone, blowing blood everywhere. I mean, fake blood. I mean, come on, guys. It's just a performance. Just like the performance that Armie Hammer was putting on when he was talking to his girlfriend. I mean, come on. Guys, don't take any of this seriously. These are just famous actors and singers and celebrities who are expressing their art. This is all just wonderful art. And we're just we're not sophisticated enough to understand their jokes or their art. It's just wonderful, isn't it? So wonderful. Yeah. Here's some close-ups in case you missed it in the video. There she is. Screaming into the microphone with blood all over her face. Wow. Kesha drinks her own urine on TV, gets slammed by a conservative watchdog group. Why are people so concerned about this kind of stuff? Come on. These are artists. They can do whatever they want. They're rich and famous. Ooh, what's this? Katy Perry. Bon appetit. Such a wonderful music video. Let's see what's going on here. Alrighty, let's get those pastries going. Bon appetit, baby. Yeah. Okay. What? Okay, they're saucing her up, putting her on the cutting board, dumping her into the pot. Wow. Look at that. Ooh. Getting sauteed with all the vegetables. Ooh, isn't it so sexy, everybody? Look at her. She's so super hot. Yeah. Chopping it up. Oh, bringing her on the table here. Yeah, let's see. Let's see. Doesn't this stoke your appetite, guys? Isn't this the dinner that you dream about? Yeah. Oh, she goes from a meal to a stripper. Wow. What an incredible change. Oh, and just look at that haircut. Isn't that so attractive? Yeah, so wonderful. Oh. Ooh. Wow. The human pie on the table. Bon appetit, everybody. Isn't it so hot with the singer Katy Perry going on about being cooked in a pot and served on a table? Kesha drinking her own urine? Running around stage, spewing blood in everybody's face? Woo! Well, you can't let the ladies have all the fun. Here comes Maroon 5 with their song, Animals. All right. Well, I wanted to take some screenshots of this one because it gets extremely pornographic. But here the dude is swinging around with some meat in the locker. And here he is just smearing blood all over himself, and here he is hugging up on the meat some more. There he is, some just hugging on the meat, just got to get real up and friendly with it. Here he is hanging around the meat locker. Yeah, then here he is drenched in blood, humping his wife in the video. If you look up the singer, this is his actual wife, which you would think is kind of a cute thing to have husband and wife in a music video, but hey, here they are drenched in blood, and he's just being a creep the entire time, stalking her and shooting things in a meat locker. And yeah, there it is. The Hollywood romance of fantasizing about chopping up and eating your significant other. And there you go. Oh, why can't we go back to a simpler time? Like back when the Beatles were performing. Music these days is kind of dark and creepy, but who doesn't love the Beatles? Ooh, wait a second. What's going on here? The Beatles yesterday and today? Ugh. Do any of you guys remember this photo shoot? Yeah. Look at that. Huh. I wonder why you've got all these famous people obsessing over cannibalism, the flesh of young children, doing stuff like this since the time of the Beatles? Wow. Oh, you know what? I'm having a hard time here, folks. I gotta think really hard. Thinking. Oh, it's the secret sauce of Hollywood, guys. It's just this amazing and hilarious joke that all of us don't understand, but is well understood in Hollywood, and they just all share it together, and they put it out in their music videos and their photo shoots. They joke about it, they talk about it, and it's not literal. There's nothing like this going on. There's no nefarious activities taking place. It's just the humor of elite people. They have very sophisticated taste, And it's not something that we can understand because we're not rich and famous. And if you're not rich and famous, you can't understand these things because it's just beyond your understanding. We can only sit here and hope that one day we can become rich and famous so that all this stuff becomes wonderful and attractive to us. Yeah. Oh, what do we have here? The Beatles put out this album cover called Sgt. Pepper's. And right there in the back row, you've got a extremely interesting character. Oh, who is that? Who is this person? Aleister Crowley. Huh. Who wrote this book, Magic in Theory and Practice, and is totally not a Satanist, okay? He's just a very misunderstood artist practicing occult things that, again, this is beyond normal people. This is just wonderful awesomeness. And here's what he wrote. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. And he said, before I touched my teens, I was already aware that I was the beast, whose number is 666. I did not understand in the least. So he's just, a very misunderstood artist who believes that he is the beast of Revelation. Wow. Aleister Crowley, the sex wizard, who Mussolini kicked out of Italy. Huh. Nobody's ever gotten more use out of their magic wand than Aleister Crowley. What a hilarious joke. Don't ever look into this dude. He's just a misunderstood artist, comedian, occultist. He's not a Satanist, okay? He totally wasn't doing sick rituals in Italy that got the dictator angry enough to boot him out. He's a wonderful person. That's why the dictator wanted him gone, because he was just so wonderful. People like Jay-Z, famous musician, do what thou wilt on his jacket here. Oh, where did he get that from? I wonder. You've got David Bowie. He has a song, A Sandman, dressed up like Aleister Crowley. You got Ozzy Osbourne with his song, Mr. Crowley. Oh, I wonder what they're referencing there. What is it about Aleister Crowley that these people love so much? Oh, you got the occult history behind NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, Jack Parsons, Aleister Crowley, Ordo Templi Orientis, the secret society that they were a part of. Don't ever look that up. It could get a little bit crazy. NASA is on the level with everything. Don't even go there, folks. Don't even go there. Sex madness. Cult of slain Pasadena scientist revealed. Oh. Well, this must be a funny joke or something, because scientists would never be into anything nefarious. I mean, come on. They're scientists, okay? And we all know that scientists are above board. Of course. They would never, ever be a part of occult societies that worship Satan or do messed up sex rituals with anybody, especially the founder of Scientology. Yeah. The occult roots of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, Aleister Crowley, and the origins of a controversial new religion. So, Aleister Crowley was part of a secret society called Ordo Templi Orientis, in which Jack Parsons, the mad scientist, was a member. And he took instruction directly from Aleister Crowley, and L. Ron Hubbard went and stayed at Jack Parsons' home, and they did rituals together. And I'll have to get into that later. It's a little too much to cover right now, but just food for thought, everybody, food for thought. And this is what Aleister Crowley also wrote in his book, Magic in Theory and Practice, which is all theory and no practice, okay? These people never practice anything except wonderfulness, and that's why we love celebrities so much, okay? For the highest spiritual working, one must accordingly choose that victim which contains the greatest and purest force, a male child of perfect innocence and high intelligence is the most satisfactory and suitable victim. Now, again, this is all just theory and jokes and performance art, so don't take any of this stuff seriously. These famous people only like Aleister Crowley because he wears a very cool hat, okay? That's it. Don't just stop right there, okay? All right, let's refresh our palate with some amazing comedy from Stephen Colbert. Ooh.
The Northwest is coming for me. I must appease him with the gift of a man-child. Come to me. I must feed you. I must feed you to the Northwest. No, take him. No, take the baby.
The baby will be fine, everybody. Isn't it hilarious? Isn't it so funny that Stephen Colbert is pretending like he's sacrificing a baby? This has nothing to do with anything, especially Aleister Crowley and what he talks about in his book. There's no connection anywhere. People don't ever do this, ever. Especially famous celebrities. This is a hilarious joke. If you're not laughing, there's something wrong with you. What's wrong with you guys? Start laughing your face off. This is hilarious. Lady Gaga's meat dress. Relive her most iconic fashion choice. Wow, you guys remember that? When Lady Gaga ran around with a bunch of meat. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Lady Gaga left bathtub filled with blood in hotel. The Judas star has been accused of performing a satanic ritual. Why would anybody ever accuse her of doing that? Unbelievable. If a celebrity leaves a bathtub full of blood, just clean it up and shut up. It's none of your business. Whatever they're doing with that is beyond reproach. She must have been doing something amazing. Or, crazy conspiracy theorists are just making stuff up. People that work at these hotels cleaning up the mess are just making it up because they want to make headlines like this. Oh, like American Horror Story. Oh, let's see what Lady Gaga's up to in this show.
Like the Countess who feeds on the blood of children? You must have a lot of questions. I have answers. I'm kidnapping children that I keep in the hotel upstairs, and I bring home people to feed on, and then Iris helps me to filter the blood through the children. She loves to hunt. She loves her condition. There's a lot of grappling with addiction at the show.
Oh, isn't it so entertaining, everybody? The drinking of blood and harvesting children? Yeah. It's all for entertainment. It's all for entertainment. I mean, come on. Isn't this just the most wonderful entertainment you've ever seen? Yeah. Isn't it, when you are sucking blood from a straw out of a person's neck, come on, guys. Get down with the entertainment. The bathtub's full of blood. It's all just funny, hilarious stuff. That's a celebrity. It's just a prank. She's just pranking the hotel staff doing shows like this. It's just artistic expression. These artists, they got to get out these amazing ideas that they're always having. And, we're just soaking in the entertainment. Woohoo! Oh, well, who does Lady Gaga like hanging out with? Not too gal-ish Gaga. Singer is nonchalant as she eats fake blood off woman's naked body at art show. It's just an art show, everybody. And the blood is fake. So why don't you just calm down with all the conspiracy theories? I mean, this is just artistic expression that we would all love to do, but we can't do it because we're not rich and famous. If we did it, we'd be arrested for being a ridiculous reprobate. But hey, the famous people are doing it. And we're not allowed in the club because we're not special. We're just not special enough. Here's Lady Gaga with Marina Abramovic. Another amazing performance artist, kind of like Aleister Crowley, except the female version and in the modern day. So here she is running around with Lady Gaga and doing some interesting photo shoots. You've got her on this magazine cover, Dust, covering the eyes of a child who is not wearing any clothes, but okay, whatever. Performance. Gotta love the performance, everybody. Look at the amazing performance art. Yeah, there she is with the horns coming out of her head. Isn't it so amazing? These performances that you can't understand because you're just not sophisticated enough to understand. It's, here she is rubbing a bunch of cow bones. She did this for like 3 days straight as part of a art show, art exhibit, and protest. She was protesting something going on that, she's going to solve by scrubbing the blood off of the cow bones. But there you go. Here she is with Jay-Z, the guy that likes to wear the hoodie with "Do What Thou Wilt" on it. Yeah, doing some interesting things here. Oh, I wonder what this symbolizes. What could be going on here, folks? Oh, looks like somebody is taking some artistic license to create art of their own. This is just offensive. Why would anybody do this? This is clearly not what's going on, okay? And it's mean. You shouldn't make fun of celebrities or edit photos like this at all. It's just, that's wrong. That's wrong. Don't do that to people. It's not nice. Okay, here she is out in the woods being a weirdo, but hey, she's a performance artist, so there's nothing weird about this. Wouldn't you all love to have a hat like this? Yeah. You want a hat? I want a hat like that. I want to be a cone head, being out in the forest with your red stuff on. And here she is with Usher, famous singer. Here she is promoting an art show. Here she is with James Franco, the famous actor, director. And here she is doing some whatever stuff with him, covered in foil. Let's see. What could possibly be going on here, folks? Ooh, I don't know. Looks like somebody is taking some artistic license with these photos. And, this is mean. You should never do this. Ever, ever, ever. These people are famous and wonderful, and you should never make fun of them or edit photos like this because it's wrong, and it encourages crazy conspiracy theories about what these people are actually up to, which is nothing but wonderful things, actually. They're not up to anything except entertaining themselves and you. Aren't you so entertained by this stuff? Here she is with Willem Dafoe, famous actor. There she is with Jared Leto and who's this old guy? I forget his name. The Brad Pitt of the 80s. I forget his name, but famous person. Oh, here's Jared Leto at one of the galas that Hollywood puts on where people dress up like freaks. I mean, like the artistic, wonderful people that they are, expressing themselves in ways that we're just not able to. There he goes, expressing himself. There he is. Just expressing himself. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Here we've got Marina Abramovic hanging out with Naomi Campbell. Oh, ooh, this person showing up on an interesting list. A man that still up to nefarious things, but she's not up to nefarious things. She's just a model, okay? And here she is hanging out with Marina Abramovic and doing cool model, awesome elite stuff. Yeah, here she is with Chris Rock, Naomi Campbell again. Here she is with famous singer Nicki Minaj and some models that I forget the names of. Here she is doing a commercial for Microsoft. Yeah, called The Life. They actually had to pull the ad down because everybody hated it. And they got 24,000 dislikes. In fact, this was leading up to the time when YouTube said, oh, we got to get rid of the dislike button because when they're pushing Satanism on you, they don't want people to know how unpopular it is. So there you go. Marina Abramovic working very closely with companies like Microsoft. Microsoft deletes Marina Abramovic advertisement after right-wing outcry over alleged Satanism. I can't believe that people think this woman is satanic. These are conspiracy theorists. They're very dangerous because they take innocent people like this wonderful performance artist and they think that she's up to nefarious things, which clearly she is not, okay? This is a wonderful art, and anybody who is sophisticated enough to understand it will know how awesome it is, okay? Jeez, enough with the conspiracies, okay? With a sharp knife, cut deeply into the middle finger of the left hand, eat the pain, okay? And cover yourself in blood and just understand the expression of the wonderful artist that you just don't experience. This is a very unique experience and she's just trying to express herself, so don't be disturbed by it. It's wonderful. I'm not a Satanist. I'm an artist. She had to go on this dude's podcast and explain herself because so many people are calling her a witch and a Satanist. I can't believe that they would do such a thing. I mean, why would they ever think that this woman is anything other than wonderful? She looks like such a wonderful person. Her artwork is a reflection of how wonderful she is. And, this kind of stuff is like bullying. Why would anybody want to bully a famous artist? Jeez. Here she is cutting a pentagram into her stomach, just more artistic expression, calling everybody a weirdo and, just a conspiracy theorist to ever think that she's a witch when she puts, witch on her forehead and flies around like a witch in her art. But hey, again, this is kind of beyond what people can understand. You know, performance artists are very complex people, and you would only understand them if you're friends with them. And you would only understand their art if you go to their art shows and you're in the elite class, which you're not in the elite class. You have to be in the special club to understand that this type of expression is actually wonderful. Okay. Like the Mocha Gala that she hosted in 2011. Marina Abramovic, an artist's life manifesto. Yeah. Let's check it out. Okay, this was a dinner put on for all the wonderful celebrities in which naked people were put on the tables. Yeah, right in front of the food. Oh, what does that remind us of? Here, this lady is like eating a cake that is designed like Marina Abramovic. They made 2 cakes for this event, which represent the 2 hosts. It was Marina Abramovic and this other witch wearing red. I mean, a wonderful artist in red. And here are the heads popping up from the tables. There's Pamela Anderson and her absolutely amazing boyfriend or husband, the drummer guy who I forget, Tommy Lee, something Jones, drugged out of his mind. You could see he's enjoying the party. All right. And there is the witch in the red and Marina Abramovic. There she is holding up the heart of the cake, which is modeled after her. And here is Gwen Stefani right there. Right. Yep. Yeah. Right there. Enjoying eating the cake, which is totally not a satanic ritual in which you bring in yourself and eat yourself and have yourself as the party favor. It's totally not that. It's just artistic expression. I mean, how many times do I have to go over this with you people who actually think that this is evil? It's wonderful. It's art. It's beyond your understanding. You're just not sophisticated enough to understand the artistic expression. Okay? And here we have some comparisons of things that are totally not connected at all, okay? When they brought this woman into the dining hall at the Mocha Gala, she's covered in the plastic, just like Katy Perry was covered in plastic at the beginning of her Bon Appetit video, and how she's being served up on the table, just like at the Mocha Gala, where they are serving up people on the table, okay? I'm just bringing this up because I want to really hammer home the fact that this is not connected at all. Okay, this is all just a coincidence. These are artists expressing themselves in the most amazing way. And we just got to say how cool it is. Isn't it so cool, everybody? And amazing and awesome and wonderful. Don't you want to go to this party? I'm just mad that I never went to this party. And I got to talk about it. I wish I was invited, but I wasn't invited. You got to be a cool person to be invited to the party where they're serving up people on the table. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to go to a party like that? Woohoo! All right, and then we've got some more famous celebrities here. You got the funny guy, what's his name? Will Ferrell going to the Mocha Galley with the heads popping up out of the table. And you got Wolverine, what's his name? The actor, who plays Wolverine? What's that guy's name? I forget his name, but he's at the same art gallery that Lady Gaga and Marina Abramovic are slurping up the blood out of the vat of human whateverness. So there you go. He's got some wonderful, famous people there. Here's Marina Abramovic speaking at the Rothschild Foundation lecture. Oh, what some interesting connections that are totally irrelevant to everybody, okay? There's no connection here. It's just a random coincidence that she is running around with all these famous people and also being invited to the Rothschild Foundation. Here she is posing with Lord Jacob Rothschild of the Rothschild banking family. What is that piece of art in the background? Satan Summoning His Legions by Sir Thomas Lawrence. She's complaining about people calling her a witch and a Satanist, and the Rothschild family have all these rumors about them doing powerful and terrible things in private, but here they are publicly putting together a photo that obviously symbolizes they're not doing any of that, okay? They are in rejection of Satan summoning his legions. That's why they're standing in front of it, because they want to say, no, Satan, not today, okay? That is the deep artistic expression going on in this photograph, okay? They're denying all the Satanist claims that are being made towards themselves by standing in front of this photo. Yeah, okay. Let's get into the Surrealist Ball of 1972, run out of the Rothschild Mansion. Yeah, very interesting party. This is Guy de Rothschild and his absolutely lovely wife, Helen, who's wearing this moose head or whatever that is with the antlers poking out. Okay. Oh, there she is with the antlers and some of the people at the party. Here's some more people at the party. What's that lady's name? Famous actress. And I forget. Look it up. You got some more freaks. I mean, wonderful people at the party wearing hats and face masks and stuff that you kind of saw at a movie that got some dude in a lot of trouble. Eyes Wide Shut, I believe. We'll have to go over that later, but here you go. That's Salvador Dali, the famous surrealist. Has nothing to do with Satanism and the confusion of the mind. It's just all artistic expression, and it has nothing to do with demonic possession or how pagans used to celebrate their gods by wearing the mask of the entity they wanted to emulate. This is all just artistic expression, especially the dessert. Right there. Look at that. 1972, the Rothschild Party. They've got a naked woman as dessert. Oh, where have we seen that before? Where does this kind of stuff come from? There they got, slurping up dessert with the people in the vats of blood. You got the cake ladies coming out. Wow. What interesting connections that don't exist and are completely irrelevant to everybody. And, this is all just a coincidence. It's not connected. You don't have, these wonderful table decorations. I mean, look at that. A baby's head on the table. Yeah, a dismembered doll on the table. I don't know about you guys, but when I go to a dinner party, nothing stokes my appetite like having this type of stuff on the table. Yeah, again, powerful banking families that have generational wealth going back to the time of Napoleon and even before that. There's nothing weird or nefarious going on with them. They would never use their money or power to do anything evil. They would only help people out, okay? They would throw parties like this only to express themselves artistically, and it's just a little too much for the average person because you just don't understand the art that's going on. It's just too difficult to understand, The Beatles, they get it. They understand. That's why they throw it into their album covers. The Rock, he knows what's going on. That's why he makes these jokes. That's why Katy Perry's doing the music video. She's just in on the artistic expression. Yeah. Putting the people pie on the table. It's absolutely amazing. You got the movies and TV shows that are going along with the theme. Totally unconnected. You've got famous scientists like Richard Dawkins saying on Twitter, we were talking about all the Twitter stuff going on with these celebrities, and Richard Dawkins was kind of feeling left out. So here's what he's saying on Twitter. Tissue culture, clean meat already? In 2018, I've long been looking forward to this. What if human meat is grown? Could we overcome our taboo against cannibalism? An interesting test case for consequentialist morality versus yuck reaction absolutism. So the famous, awesome, amazing atheist, scientist, Richard Dawkins, says that we should grow human meat in a lab. I mean, it's not like you're taking it from an actual human. You're just growing it in a lab and then eating the lab-grown meat. It's not cannibalism. It's science, everybody. Come on. Scientist proposes cannibalism to save the climate on Swedish TV. Behavioral scientist Magnus Söderlind suggested that cannibalism was an answer to climate change. It's another example of mass media rationalizing cannibalism to the masses. Well, I don't think they're trying to rationalize cannibalism to the masses. This is a wonderful, esteemed scientist who is offering an amazing solution to the climate crisis, which is totally going on. Okay, there's a climate crisis out there, and the best way to solve that crisis is to eat each other. I mean, come on. You can't say no to the scientists. They know everything. They are the most awesome people ever. CNN presenter Reza Aslan sparks backlash after he eats human brain while filming with Hindu cannibal sect. Ugh. My goodness. I don't know why people are so upset about this kind of stuff. He's multicultural, okay? Are you against this culture? Yeah, that makes you a racist and a bigot, okay? If these guys want to run around eating their own brains, who are you to come along and say that that's a bad thing to do, okay? Why don't we all get down with Reza Aslan and eat some brains. Yeah.